The silver moon loomed over the ruins of DarkQueen City, its cold light stretching across the blood-stained streets, illuminating the bodies that littered the once thriving city. The Draculian knights moved like wraiths, their golden and crimson eyes glinting as they carved through the last remnants of mortal resistance. The air was thick with the scent of iron and fire, the cries of the dying fading into the embers that swallowed homes, temples, and history alike. Atop the skeletal remains of a cathedral, Lucien stood in silence, gripping the hilt of his blackened blade. The command had been clear. By dawn, no soul must remain. And yet, as he gazed down at the carnage below, a single thought clawed at his mind. Had she left, or had she stayed? Celine had refused to run. She had laughed at his warnings, called them ghost stories, meant to frighten children. I will wait for you, my love, even if the world burns around us. But as Lucien strode through the burning city, searching, desperate, he realized the weight of those words had never felt as heavy as they did now. When he finally found her, she was not hiding. She was waiting, cloaked in moonlight and fire, her dark hair whipping in the wind. She stood in the middle of the crumbling square, her gaze finding his as though she had known he would come. You stayed. His voice was a whisper, broken. But before he could reach her, before he could utter another word, a blade plunged through her chest. Lucien caught her before she fell, his hands trembling as they pressed against the wound, trying in vain to hold back the life that slipped through his fingers. No, no, no. Her lips, once so full of laughter, now curved in the faintest ghost of a smile. It's all right, she murmured, her breath fading, her warmth slipping away. But it was not. It would never be. As her body grew still in his arms, something inside Lucien fractured, a soundless shattering, as if the very core of his soul had cracked. Slowly, he lifted his gaze to the one who had struck her down, a fellow Draculian knight, his brother in arms. But Lucien's golden eyes burned with something beyond grief, beyond pain. His blade rose with a vengeful snarl of steel, and in a single breath, the knight's severed head hit the ground. By the time the moon waned, DarkQueen was a city